Joining me right now is one of our Boston power players out of the Swampscott market, Julie Sagan. Julie, thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure. Good to be here.
I can't believe we're this far along in the year, right? We're rolling into the holidays, which is kind of mind-blowing, right?
Crazy.
In the middle of the fall market. What are you seeing up in that North Shore area? You cover Swampscott, Gloucester, Marblehead area.
Mostly Swampscott, Marblehead, Lynn, Nahant, Salem area. I do have a listing in Gloucester though, but what I would say is inventory is still really low. And if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, the fall is just as good a time, maybe even better right now because we're keeping with the momentum, and people shouldn't wait for the spring market.
I think that's such an old school way of thinking. A lot of people think you have to wait for the spring market. Right now, I hate to sound like a broken record, but the past few times we've met, the common thread is inventory is low. Now's the time to capitalize, and it's a really good market right now.
It's a great market, and the inventory is low. So if you're going to get your house on the market, there's a few things that you should do. Spend a little bit of time getting the outside curb appeal, plant some mums, wash your windows, from all the dust and debris that happened over the summer. So you want everything to be sparkling. So take advantage of that. You've got beautiful weather ahead of us, and there's a few other things that you can do to prepare your house.
You work with a lot of sellers. You work with buyers as well, but from the sell side, what's one of the biggest mistakes that you're seeing sellers make in today's market?
I think sometimes when sellers are ready to sell their house and they finally have that emotional connection, okay, I'm ready, that they just want to do it and they just want to get it on tomorrow. And I think it's really important that they allow their realtor to prepare the house for marketing and prepare it for sale. And that might mean doing a little bit of interior work to get it ready. I mean, for an example, your house I'm sure is beautiful, whoever's selling, but maybe you've got a lot of jewel tone colors. Maybe you've got a deep red kitchen, a hunter green dining room, a mustard yellow family room. The pictures sometimes don't capture what your house really looks like, and sometimes you need to just neutralize it, maybe paint it a more grayish beige color so that the photos pop when the buyers are out there looking. You've got your first opportunity when your house is on the market and the buyers are looking online, and you want them to want to walk through the door. So that's one thing. In your bedrooms, you might have beautiful bedding, but you know what? The pictures show so much better when you've got a white comforter. Everything just pops and it just looks cleaner and crisp. So those are two easy things that sellers can do to prepare for marketing.
We're talking to a local stager here who's actually a Boston power player, and he's talking about the fact that the cost of staging is usually less than the cost of the first price reduction. People think, I don't want to spend money, I'm trying to sell, I want to conserve our cash. They don't realize a small investment can go a long way and actually save them money long term.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why it's important to consider doing it.
And removing yourself from your home, it's tough. I'm sure you play a psychologist role in some situations, right? But you have to be able to pull yourself out of it. And for the seller, they should be telling their story of what they've done in the property, but you have to pull your personal stuff out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think what's really important is, I'll speak for myself. As an agent, I want to know your story as a seller. I want to know, what is it that you loved about your house? What room do you love? Why is it that you like this room? Maybe because the sun comes in at a certain time and you can curl up and read the paper. Maybe you love your island because you would make sugar cookies, with your kids. Maybe you love your perennial gardens, and why? Or maybe it's just because your close proximity to the beach, and you would put your kids in the red wagon and you'd be able to, take them down to the beach, to play. I want to know your story so that I can take that story and translate that to the buyers. Because buyers want to know. Buyers want to get that feeling so that they can picture their own family. Because so many times buyers will walk through And they'll say, oh, I wonder what the sellers use this room for. And I don't want to say, oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, I want to know why you love your house. What is it about your house? So that the buyers can get that same experience.
And that's what good agents do, right? Not every agent does it, but it's important to tell the story, and that's going to help sell the house for sure.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Swampscott. I know you work there, you live there, you've raised your children there. It really is a great spot to live.
Love it. I absolutely love Swampscott. We're a nice small town of 14,000, 14 miles north of the city. You can see the skyline, beautiful walks along the beach, great restaurants, shopping. I love it.
Commute to the city is really easy, right? Which is great for commuters.
Yeah, we have our own commuter rail station right in Swampscott. It's 23 minutes into North Station. There's parking there. That's fabulous. And not to mention that we have great school system, and actually proud to say that we have a brand new field. So the football field, which is a cross-purpose field now, because I think they can do other like lacrosse or what have you. It's now artificial turf. It's beautiful. New bleachers. So it's really a beautiful field.
What's your spot in Swampscott? If you and your husband are going out for dinner, is there that one spot that you really enjoy going?
I would say there's a great local restaurant in Swampscott called G, and he does a beautiful job for dinners. And I would say a lot of times people might want to, if you want to be in Swampscott on the water, there's a great place for drinks. And they also have food as well called Mission on the Bay. So that's another spot. And those two places are near each other.
Very cool. Yeah. Exciting, your office, you guys kind of renovated your space. Sagan Realtors is right downtown Swampscott.
It's right in Vinnon Square. So there's been a lot of construction going on in that area over the last year, and a lot of new things that are coming into Vinnon Square, a lot of other restaurants that are popping up. But there's a big Walgreens that's behind our office. And so we just kind of repositioned how our space was. We used to be a little bit deeper, now we're longer and narrower, but we have great conference rooms. We have 30 plus agents that work in our office, so everybody's got desks, and it's a great place.
For you as an agent that's been in the real estate game for a long time, what's that one app, website, piece of technology that you can't live without in today's business?
Well, I would definitely say it's important to, our phone does everything for us, but I would say honestly, there might be a million apps and websites out there, but I feel like living and working in the community and networking and being part of different organizations, that's what I do to help sell your house. While I do that because I have a passion for that, I'm also out there. I never wait for the phone to ring. I'm always out there talking about real estate. I'm always talking about different homes that might be on the market, or asking people, do you know somebody that might be thinking about buying or selling? And you'd be surprised at how many conversations I have lead to, oh, I know somebody. So, it recently happened to me. A good friend of mine was talking to their friend and who wanted to do a project. They were just looking to do a project. They were bored. They wanted to do some kind of a project. And they had said, oh, my friend has a listing that needs a renovation. You should look at it. They drove them by. I got a text the next day from our friends. Hey, can you show us this house? My friend's interested. One thing led to another. 3 days of looking at the house, the person wanted to buy it.
That's why I truly believe technology is not going to take over the real estate game or the lending side. People still getting the job done.
People,
right?
It's a people business.
A lot of conversations saying that the realtor's going to go away, the lender's going to go away, everything's going to be done online. Robots and websites can't do that.
Anybody can open a door, but not everybody can explain the experience and the value and the story behind the living. When you buy a home, you're buying an experience. You're not just buying a house to sleep and move on. If that's what you want, then maybe somebody would be renting. But when we're selling a home, we're selling a lifestyle, we're selling an experience. And I love to sell every day, Swampscott Marblehead, all day long, because I think it's the best place to live.
Julie, thank you for stopping by. Sagan Realtors up in Swampscott. You can connect with Julie directly by going to juliesagan.com. And remember, this is Real Estate Talk Boston, right here on boston.com.